Hi guys, Coach Tom here again. Once again, we're going to do a workout based on the barrel of the gun and coming to proper setup. So when we execute the barrel of the gun, we're going to have it from draw shoulder to bow hand. Nice straight line, no matter which way you look at it. We're going to make sure that this bow shoulder is down and back. You're going to be holding that down. You're going to get a nice acromial notch right here between your deltoid muscle and your upper muscle of your back, your trapezium. Make sure you got that nice little dip in there. That shows you you've got the bow arm in the correct place. If you let this shoulder come up, you can see that dip goes totally away. If you keep the shoulder down, the dip is there. So it's one way you can also have someone else observe you to make sure you're in the correct position. After we're going to be doing that for quite a bit, we're going to start off with some warm-up circles. We're going to go into some stretching. We're going to go into some stretch band in front of the mirror. We're going to really emphasize that barrel of the gun and proper setup. We're going to go into light bow. We're going to go into tournament bow in front of the mirror. Then we're going to go into blank bail for 30 shots. Then we're going to come back and do some SPT2. We're going to do some push-ups, 10 of those. We're going to do some crunches, 10 of those. We're going to do some lunges, 10 of those. Then we're going to do a little bit of stretching to help warm us down. And then we're going to do a little bit more of arm circles to help us really cool down and be ready to go on with the rest of our day. Remember, we're going to keep the resistive exercise right now fairly low, fairly easy, get our bodies to step into this resistive training for a while before we go into more heavy starting a little bit next week. Alrighty, let's go do our arm circles, and then we'll come back and do some stretching. Okay, we've done our arm warm-ups, so let's move on to doing some stretching. We're going to go down into the mat and make sure you do good stretching all the way through. All right, we finished our warm-ups, we finished our stretching. Now it's time to go into some stretch band. Make sure you have your finger sling on. Make sure you got your stretch band on. Recommend putting on your arm guard. If you're one person who slaps up here for whatever reason, get another arm guard put up there or wear a long sleeve shirt so it doesn't get you beat up. You're going to have your quiver, your arrows, your finger tab all ready to go so that we can move right from here into our light bow. Okay, so 30 stretch bands. Emphasis is on the barrel of the gun, making sure you come to proper setup. Long barrel of the gun, draw, load, anchor, transfer into holding, expansion, releases, and finish your shot strong. All right, I'll see you in a minute. Hi, just want to remind you, stretch band is not just sloppily sending a stretch band downrange. You have to focus on what you're doing and use full muscular power. Obviously, while we're going through expansion, we're not going to use the same amount of power as we do with our bow or a light bow. But you still have to commit to it and really finish it. Make sure you do that. Stretch band should be tiring, even if you're only using something that's only drawing about 5 pounds. Alrighty, do 10 reps in a set, and then do 3 sets of stretch band. Have fun, I will. All right, that completes our stretch band. It's now time to move on to the light bow. As you've heard me say before, and I'll say lots more times, the light bow is about half the draw weight of your tournament bow. Your tournament bow is your regular bow. We're just going to get another bow that either has lighter limbs that we can put onto our tournament bow, or just a whole lighter bow. Since it's a straight expense for you, you've got to choose what you want to do. Thanks, and we're going to do 30 of these. Again, use full strength to do this all the way through until we finish expansion, then let down, don't release. 2 deep breaths between. Every time we do one of these, do 10 in a set, take a minute's rest, do another set of 10, take a minute's rest, take another set of 10. Okay, I'll see you in a minute. All right, we finished our late bow. Now it's time to move on to our tournament bow. You're going to want all your accessories on there: sight, long stabilizer, side rods, and V-bar if you use them. Make sure you're going to use it completely, and it includes with our tournament weight limbs. Alrighty, so we're going to do 3 sets of 10. This time I want you to take at least 3 deep breaths between every repetition. I want you to take 10 in a set, and then I want you to take a 2-minute break, and then 10 more in a set, 2-minute break, and then the last 10 in the set and a 2-minute break. I'll see you in a minute. All right, that finishes our 30 tournament bow in front of the mirror. We're still emphasizing the barrel of the gun and proper setup. Remember, our hand is away from us. That makes the arrow point behind us, or stabilizer point behind us when we come to that proper setup. If you don't have the ability to shoot at home, please take a little bit longer break, more than 2 minutes, maybe 3 or 4 or 5, and then do 30 more in the mirror. Those of us who have the ability to shoot, we're going to go down range, and we're going to shoot 30 arrows blank bail. Remember, for those still doing the tournament bow in front of the mirror, you're working harder than we are with the blank bail, because you have to let down. Take your time between shots. Maybe instead of 3 deep breaths, you might want to take 4. It's all up to you, and you know your body. Make sure you complete the barrel of the gun. Do a nice transfer into holding, expansion, and let down. If you're doing the shooting, expansion, release, follow through, put it down. See you in a minute. Well, we finished our 30 shots at blank bail, or 30 more shots in front of the mirror. Now it's time for SPT2. Please remember, once we set that barrel of the gun, try to maintain it all the way through our 10 SPT sight repetitions. So let's make sure we can do that all the way through. See you in a minute. All right, we've completed SPT2. Now we're going to do some push-ups. We're going to do 10 of those. We're going to do some crunches. We're going to do 10 of those. We're going to do some lunges, 10 of those. Don't forget, lunge with 1 foot is, and then the other foot is 2. That makes 2 complete ones, 3 complete ones, 4 complete ones, 5, etc. I would suggest doing 5 lunges in a set, and then do 2 sets of those. Have fun. I know I will. All right, that finishes our resistive part of training today. Let's go on to stretching and cool down. So we're going to do that whole series of stretches again, and then follow that by some nice arm circles. Make sure we do them small to big, to in front, to the back, to big, to back to small again. So you make 2 transitions from here, to here, to here, go back the other way, go out to the sides the other way, small ones the other way, and we'll be done. You've done another 130 shots today. We did 30 with the stretch band, 30 with the light bow, 30 with the tournament bow. You either did 30 more with the tournament bow, or you did 30 with the blank bail, and then we did 10 SPTs. That adds up to 130 shots. That's a lot of shots. Congratulations. Next week, we're going to be working on finishing the back end of the shot, when we're going to be coming through for our releases through follow-through portion. So we're going to be really working on that. Still going to have to maintain the barrel of the gun, and I'll review that all with you on Tuesday. See you then. Thanks.